Now,
Yeah.
the other movie I watched, you also watched, so we could either
Yeah.
discuss that now, or do you want to go through your list and then we'll.
No, no, let's discuss higher learning. And I only watched that because I saw that was on your
Hi.
list.
What is higher?
What is higher?
What is learn?
Higher
What is
learning.
learning?
What is, first of all, that was like the worst music interpretive dance. Like, what's, even in the hippie days in the 90s, what person would be like, preach, man, that sounds really good. It was
Yeah,
like, I think that
that
was
was
like
one
the
of the.
director or something, right?
I that it wasn't. Yeah, so John Singleton, director of this,
That
he
wasn't John
passed.
Singleton, but
No, but yeah, I'm
he was
sure
like
this
somebody
was
that just
his.
walked on or something, right?
Yeah, I don't know. So that was kind of the one. If you're gonna poke fun of
Higher
something in here, but
learning.
yeah, so that's one of
Peace
those. You,
Fest. 30 years too late.
and so I watched it, I think streaming somewhere, and I was like, oh, I don't have it. So I bought a cheap Blu-ray of it because John Singleton did the commentary, and you know me, and
Huh.
I was like, I need to do the locations for this, which are mostly UCLA, but
Yeah.
there's a couple missing ones. I'm like, oh, I wonder if he might mention something. But his commentary was interesting, and
Really?
especially, because he had some success. What he did was a Boys in the Hoods, and then Poetic Justice, and so this
Yeah.
was his probably leveled up mainstream one.
Yeah.
Um,
This movie's
um,
better than Poetic Justice for
yeah,
sure.
so he was kind of leveling up and so forth, and
Yeah.
I probably looked back on this more with a it got felt like a little too broad sometimes or whatever,
Hmm.
over the years, and then when I revisited it, and it could be because it just had its 30th anniversary, and part of me wants to also think this is more uh timely than ever.
Yeah.
I was gonna say for
Yeah.
better for worse, but for worse,
Right.
that
I know.
this is still these are still issues and so forth.
And
So
amplified, I mean, they've gotten worse. For better or for worse. Some things have, topics have become more dealt with easier. But
mhm.
yeah, I pretty much took the same thing away. I like this movie when it came out. It's one of those movies on the surface. I think if like Lawrence Fishburne and Ice Cube weren't in it, I probably wouldn't revisit. But they give such great performances. Like they really are like the icing on the cake with that.
Yeah.
Michael Rapaport. I mean, that was based on something in the '60s, but talk about
He
how
sold it. He
bad we've.
sold, yeah, he
I believed it. The
yeah.
disenfranchised with society, like Nazis preying on the weak. It's or white supremacists, whatever they
Yeah.
are. So, yeah, it's very timely.
I'll ignore his bad wig that they had. I get why they had to have a wig, but I
The
was just like,
bald
ooh,
wig.
you know how
Yeah,
me and wigs, I'm like, I can't stand cheap wigs in
it
movies.
was
Like
bad.
you have the money.
Help
Jennifer
him out.
Connelly, who never
It doesn't
ages.
ages. Yeah.
I know. I
I
was
was
like,
like, she
F
looks the same as
her.
she did in
It was
like
a Top Gun Maverick. I'm like, what are you, 29 now? Like,
she
please.
doesn't
Yeah.
age. Yeah.
We had several Halloween.
Yes. We
We
had
had Tyra
Bradford
Banks
English.
and Busta Rhymes from Halloween Resurrection.
Yes, I didn't
Uh,
put that together. I
yeah,
didn't I because I suppress resurrection when I can.
what we all do. Yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah, Bradford English, who just passed away, is who was
Yeah.
John Strode, and he had a bigger role
Halloween
than I
6.
remember. He shows up kind of quite a bit. So,
And
um,
he's good too. He's like, I
yeah,
just
and
dig rock
Andrew,
and roll.
yeah, Andrew Bryniarski, who was Leatherface in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Lawrence Fishburne, who was in Nightmare on Elm Street
Of
3, Kristy
course.
Swanson, Deadly Friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we had
Big time.
it was all Homer. I love Omar Epps. I think this is I feel like he probably should have done more. I thought he was really solid in this
Yeah.
movie as well.
He
So
was. He was. Bradford English too did a good job of playing the I'm not really 100% like solid guy, but I do my job well. But like he came through when it mattered. When he's like, let's just talk about it. Just put it
yeah,
down. Like it's okay. Like I believed everything he said. I really liked his character.
yeah,
But yeah, it is a solid. I mean, I'd give it like 3.5, 4 stars probably.
yeah, yeah. So
It's
I
good.
enjoyed it. It was interesting to listen to Singleton talk because
Oh yeah,
I wouldn't say he was necessarily throwing Kristy Swanson under the bus, but he's like I could only get so much out.
really?
Yeah, that that was the
Wow.
best take I could get or whatever. Now she had been doing stuff, so
Buffy
uh,
the
you know,
Vampire Slayer.
yeah, and she, and stuff like so. I don't. Maybe she just I don't know. She felt like she wasn't.
She wasn't like bringing it.
That's what I kind of get, and she kind of wasn't up to par. He said I wouldn't say Jennifer Connelly and her were they didn't like each other, but
Oh,
I was kind of just like come on, you know.
because
But
Jennifer Connelly's a better actress, I
yeah,
think.
yeah.
Like
So
she
and
could
now
have.
I was like, oh, I wonder if they should have switched or something, you know, or like what would this movie have been like with Jennifer Connelly
Right.
as the Kristen Connor, you know, versus her and so forth. But yeah, Cole
Yeah.
Hauser, Regina King. I mean, they just the
Regina
movie
King's
was
a big Singleton actress back in the
yeah,
early
loaded.
days. Like, yeah.
Adam Goldberg. But yeah,
Yeah.
so the movie was filled with people that were just literally on the rise or just kind of about to kind of make it there. So, but
Right.
I still like it and it's still watchable. And yeah, there's some night. This is a '90s movie, so we still have some of those '90s kind of goofy moments.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, yeah, I couldn't have said it better. Yeah, higher learning. The only thing I'll say about that was they really, uh, it if done in a different way, it could have felt like they crammed too many situational stereotypes in just to be. But I think he did it very respectfully, and yeah, it holds the test of time. So higher learning, we both watched.